Ladies and gentlemen, the second patch from the Cosmic Winter Jubilee is here, and while I would love to have an intro for you guys, there is so much to cover that we're just going to get right into it. This is the second part of two series. This is the last that they're doing for this, and the actual patch comes out at 11 a.m. PST, which 3 hours from now, which would be 2 p.m. EST. And while I would want to wait to actually get footage of all these things for you guys, I have leg day today, and I thought to myself, me waiting until 2 p.m. Eastern is probably me just trying to push off leg day and skip. So we're not going to do all that. But anyways, the biggest change they're going to be doing is to all game modes. It's going to be Resurgence, Revival Rules, and Ascending Armor. Ascending Armor is essentially just Apex Evo, and Resurgence, I mean, you guys will have to play and see. It's a pretty darn big change. So if you needed a break from Marvel Rivals and Path of Exile 2, would be your time to try out SUPERVIVE again. This change is aimed at solo and new players, as automating early game revival rules will alleviate early death frustrations. Also, my teammate doesn't know what to do. Pretty much what this is, and I won't read all of this just because, I mean, the patch notes I'll leave in the description. Pretty much what this is for the first whole day, there's going to be a timer that you can get rezzed after a teammate lives long enough. It's a lot easier to get rezzed. And it doesn't really change anything, I don't think, for like top level players. It's still going to play the darn same, but for newer players, it's definitely going to make the game feel a whole lot better. This is not the final thing for SUPERVIVE. This is just for right now. This is what they're trying. This is what they tried in the focus group playtest that we did that was secret a few weeks ago. And overall, I didn't think it was bad. I think it was just kind of like, it was just kind of whatever for older players, but for newer players, I can definitely see how this is going to alleviate a lot of frustration. So these new revival rules will be run from December 18th to the 20th. We will communicate via the Discord and update the patch notes page to let you know if the rules are turned off, partially turned off, or kept on due to overwhelmingly positive feedback. So like I said, for the first day and night, you will respawn in the air above a living ally after a delay, and you will respawn over an ally that you're currently spectating. Respawn timers increase per respawn individually, and at the end of the first night, any player waiting to respawn will automatically respawn. Regular respawn beacons begin ruined when these rules are active and become regular beacons when respawns end. So at the start of day 2, I believe, is when it will start, and there's a timer next to the map that indicates respawn time remaining. So all of this, honestly, I think is a really good change for newer players. And the thing is if you die, it's not like, oh, I can get back, like we're still going to win. The thing is, you still don't want to die. You still want to have a good early game. This doesn't change anything about your win condition. It just makes it so you can continue playing the game. But when you add this with Ascending Armor, I think the game gets a lot more interesting. There's a lot more PvP incentive early on in the game, and it's not nearly as risky. And that's pretty much what they're going for here. When you introduce early game brawling, you better include some incentives. While the intrinsic reward of stomping your enemies is good enough for some, we felt we could pair the above change with more chase. So introducing Ascending Armor, this is an explicit, always-on reward for those who choose violence. Again, I think this is something that should just be standard. I know it's ripped right from Apex, boys, but I'm gonna be honest, it's a good change. I like Evo armor. I think it's fun. It encourages you to do more damage, and it makes the game overall just a lot less macro heavy for people. And I know a lot of beginners didn't really like that. So this is going to change a lot of the game for them. So dealing damage to enemy hunters will always progress your current armor towards upgrading to the next tier. Actions that improve your armor include dealing damage to enemy hunters, knocking enemy hunters, assisting knocks on enemy hunters. Damage thresholds ramp heavily the higher tier the armor becomes. 2,000 points to hit green, 5,000 for blue, 15,000 for gold, and 20,000 for red. You do not gain any durability when you level up your armor. So overall, I think this is a good change. It's going to make people a lot more aggressive. The only thing I don't like is that this does kind of make blue drops a little less important because you could just kill people instead. I don't know how that's going to be in terms of scrim macro. We're going to be scrimming tonight at 8:30 p.m. EST here on the YouTube and at twitch.tv/PassSwagger, so you'll have a better idea of what I think after a scrim. But overall, I think this is a good thing. I think just being more aggressive it's fun. It makes the game a lot more interesting, and for newer players, you're going to want to fight more, and you're going to get better at the game as a result. You're not going to be playing to rad as much. Everyone will have a similar goal. So overall, I think these are good changes. For anyone that's dooming and glooming, I know I've been getting a lot of DMs this morning on Discord. Oh, this is going to make the game worse. Just try it. just try it. I think this will make the game a lot better, specifically for players getting back into it or that are new to the game. So let's move on to ranked performance score. This is something that's definitely going to be quite the hot topic. They said, we're pulling up a change where we were originally planning for a ranked update in January, both in anticipation of the new revival rules, but also because we want to reduce the ranked inflation that comes from especially bloody games. I like that they're trying this out now when realistically this is beta. This is them trying new things that they would never try in a release. So I'm glad that we're doing this now. Just rip off the band-aid. Let's try everything. So previously, in addition to earning rank points for placement, you also earn rank points for all kills scored during the game. Now, in addition to gaining points for placement, you will earn ranked points for final kills or team eliminations. Does this mean that they're taking out total kills in the game? It seems like they might be. All right, so final kills. If you were the last team to kill a player before their team was eliminated, you will gain plus 3 RP or plus 4 RP. Okay. Team elimination, if you kill the last player on a team and knock that team out of the game permanently, thereby eliminating them, you will gain a plus 2 RP bonus on top of the final kill score. Okay, so final kills still exists, but fully killing them means more RP. To earn final kill points, your team has to outlast the other. For example, if your team kills 3 enemies on a team, your team gets eliminated, and then the enemy team is eliminated, you do not get the final kill points. Interesting. Okay. Overall, I'm gonna be honest, these are just numbers on a screen to me. You should already be playing aggressively in ranked to get your 20 kills. I think you should play smart. This will be a nice little added bonus. Realistically, what I think the ranked system needs, I mean, for me personally, from my experience, is that Legend needs to have higher antes. We need to be paying more than 35 RP to play the game so that we can actually get some interesting leaderboard positions. But overall, I think this is nice that they're looking at ranked and are trying to figure out what they can do to make SUPERVIVE, because I think this game's rank system is always going to be difficult to kind of like figure out. So, I mean, at least they're trying. At least they're trying. To be honest, I have nothing to really say about the ranked performance stuff for any other rank. I just know for Legend, this doesn't realistically solve the problem. It still just makes it a play more simulator. So this is something that will come to fruition when the game actually comes out. We're in beta. Who cares about ranked anyways? All right. Holiday progression and cosmetics. We made an easy reference guide over here so you know what's up for earning over the holiday season. We'll document the changes here for visibility. Hunter Mastery Patch running until January 8th. Every Hunter Mastery you earn, well, this time we'll give you a point to Hunter Mastery Pass. So if you have Hunter Mastery 1 for Celeste, you'll have 1 point. If you progress to Hunter Mastery level 2, you'll gain 2 points, totaling 3 points. Okay. Get enough Hunter Mastery levels spread across any number of hunters, and you'll unlock enough 5 points to unlock any legendary variant or a bunch of goodies in the shop, as well as an exclusive Santa Wisp and titles. Whoa, that's pretty insane. So pretty much what this is, I know it's kind of convoluted, we can't really show you, but all this means is that the more you play the game, the more you'll get rewarded, and you'll actually get some legendary skins, it looks like, for your hunters. So I like that a lot. I don't know what those skins are going to be this week. The shop is still in rotation, so we're going to have to figure that out. Mastery level 6. We've added another reward for Mastery level 6, which grants 150 VP, enough to buy a rare skin. This change is permanent, so don't feel like you got to hit 6 right now. We're just letting you know. Awesome. This is great. Expand a holiday store and 5 points for cosmetics. In case you were wondering what to do with those points, we're expanding the shop to include rare skins, gliders, wisps, and emotes that can all be purchased with your earnable 5 points. Honestly, this is a very good telling change. I know this doesn't really matter in terms of gameplay, and a lot of you don't really care, but what this means is that the devs are working towards actually getting this game released, and they're making it more meaningful for you to actually play this game. I think a lot of the complaints that other people had is that they were always waiting for Marvel Rivals to come out, and this game didn't really have anything to keep them playing. And I mean, that's fine because we were in a beta. I don't think SUPERVIVE was trying to keep you playing. They knew that you wanted to play Marvel Rivals, and they're not stopping you. Now what they're doing is that when that Marvel Rivals honeymoon phase ends, which I'm telling you guys with 100% certainty, that game is going to end. It is going to end. The honeymoon phase will end. People will still play it. But when that game ends, this is when the game's going to come out. And this game is going to now have reasons for you to play that have some relevant Hunter Mastery, relevant reasons to keep playing outside of just ranking up. And I love this step from the game. It makes the game feel so much better to play. People don't realize how much this stuff matters, but it really does. So I'm really excited to actually try this whenever it comes out, 2 p.m. Eastern time. So, all right, we've gone through all of the quality, well, not really quality of life, realistically housekeeping things. These are going to change the game a lot. But now let's talk about hunters, because I just put out a tier list yesterday, and I swear to God, every time I put out a tier list, the devs were like, all right, Paz just put out his tier list. Chop, chop. Let's get these patch notes on the block. Let's make sure this thing is irrelevant immediately. But to be honest, I looked over this right when I was waking up this morning. It doesn't really look that bad. To be all things considered, it looks like it actually keeps things relatively the same as where I thought things were going. So let's see. Starting off with Void. Gravity Orb. Bloom resets faster. Okay, so you can shoot faster. Unempowered shots no longer pierce terrain, but now go 35% further. Holy moly. 35%. Wow, he's going to be shooting faster and have a better range. Void is going to be more of a menace than he already was. Wait, but that's not all. That's not all, boys. All right, his cooldown has been reduced from 12.99 to 10.77. Whoa, guys, we are going to be running Void tonight in scrims. I'm telling you guys right now, it's going to happen in scrims. Unstable anomaly, which will be his Void Bomb. Initial damage increased by 10. Whoa, guys, Void was already really strong. People just sucked with him, so now he's going to be even stronger. That being said, these are all changes I can tell are aimed towards players that are new to the game. So I'm not really going to complain about this at the top level because realistically, we're going to be able to play anything anyways. So just play the game and enjoy it. But Void is going to be one that, guys, if you haven't started learning Void yet, we need more Void players because like they are going to just keep continually buffing the hell out of Void until people actually start playing him. But all right, we got Ghost next. His LMB assault rifle unempowered damage increased by 20%. I mean, nice. That's a really big buff for Ghost. His spike grenade damage also increased by 20%. I mean, his overall damage is now going to be absolutely insane. And now his railgun beam now deals explosive damage. As an Oath player, he is just going to absolutely destroy my shield even more. Wow, that is just... Yeah, okay. I mean, I like this because they're trying to make Oath not as oppressive, and all these damage changes are specifically, I think, aimed towards breaking my shield even harder. And to be honest, while I think most people suck at Oath right now, and that's honestly okay because he's a hard character, it does suck to see him get kicked a little bit harder. But, you know, I'm still going to play him because I'm the GOAT type shit. I'm going to still try to make it work. Anyways, moving on to Myth, Greenwood Bow. Green LMB perfect shot damage increased by 5%. All blue LMB damage reduced 10%. I don't even know what blue LMB is. This just sounds to me like if you're a good Myth player, you're now going to do even more damage. So she's even more S tier. Interesting for sure. I'm not going to comment on this. Shiv, we have continuing our work to add more exciting level 3 options. Chain Bolas, which is her trick shot. Level 3 now combines malice stacks on all targets hit. All right, nice. I think that's a decent quality of life change. This is for level 3 though. I don't realistically see why you'd ever level 3 anything else other than your dash, but we have the dagger as well. Level 3 now refreshes quick flips cooldown on enemy impact. You're going to have to talk to Venomous about this one. I have no clue. We'll talk about all these patches actually at the end when we're done all the characters. All right. Felix and Brawl. This one I already know. I really hate this, by the way. This is probably the biggest L of this patch. We're removing some boops on abilities that add a lot of movement corrections, where if you have mid to high ping, you'd get hit by the ability and then micro teleported because your client predicted you'd be in one place while the server knows you're about 2 centimeters off that mark, and then forcibly corrects you to that spot. I won't go any further except to say the magical spirit of online netcode dislikes fast, tiny movement disagreements between 2 clients and a server. So we are remediating. Felix's Embry Bolt no longer knocks back targets on hit. I really dislike this because this was one of the strongest things about Felix's kit, in my opinion. I think this knockback made him actually viable, but now he's worse than he already was. It sucks because this is supposed to be a quality of life change on the server, but it does make Felix genuinely one of the worst characters in the game now, in my opinion, because he already was struggling and now he doesn't have a knockback to make him like actually pretty interesting of a character. So I wish there was a way to make this work, but I understand why they're taking it out. It is an L though for the Felix community. GG, sorry for you guys. And then for Brawl, his M1 no longer knocks back targets on hit. Actually kind of like that. I don't know. We'll see how that feels for anyone playing Brawl. I didn't recognize that this was actually bumping people back, to be honest, or all that much at all. So maybe this will help when I'm playing on ping, if I ever do it ever again. So we still have more, guys. Holy moly, we've been yapping for hours, it feels like. But now we're on to game systems. Items. Wow, I can't speak today. It's time to start improving the playing against side of stealth. Oh my god, it's stealth nerfs. While using stealth can feel deceptive and fun, we're seeing and hearing, that's from me, sorry for crashing out, that stealth warnings are too subtle. I don't think they're actually that subtle. I think people just weren't that good about it. By the time you realize someone is unstealthed, they can feel that within range of you're already dead. I mean, that is pretty true. We'll see what they do to this. Stealth nerfs. Nerfs to stealth, not secret nerfs. Okay, understand. Increased inner and outer ring detection ranges for stealth. Okay, that's just awesome. I love that we can actually see this thing a little bit sooner. Volume brought up for the enemy stealth SFX. Okay, gotcha. More changes coming in the future patch. Awesome. This is just the first step. Okay, well, this is very much just a first step. This will help. The big problem is, why can we dash in stealth? Why can Kingpin space glide across the map while invisible? I mean, I hope that is within the future, that we somehow figure out how to nerf some movement while we are stealthed. Because if we did, none of this would be necessary. Because then it'd be a lot easier. You can hear footsteps and just go off of that. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people, though, I think the devs need to realize, a lot of people, when they just kind of cry about something, it's usually just a skill issue. With stealth, the only thing that's not is the fact that you can dash across the map and you can find someone at the top left of your screen. They'll be on the right in a second. That's the problem. How fast you can be in stealth, there's like no downside to being in stealth. This at least makes it easier to see, but you're borderline making it unplayable to the point where, why am I ever going to pick up a stealth power? So either take it out of the game or reduce the mobility while you're stealthed. I don't know. Map pulses for audio. Audio scouting is obviously much harder in a top-down game than a full 3D shooter, so we're trying to make that skill a little bit more accessible and equitable for all. All right, that's fine. To be honest, I never had a problem with it. Again, people just were annoyed because they'd be like, oh, it's up or down. I don't know. I also have good headphone sounds, so not everyone has that. I actually like this change. Enemy combat actions and loud sounds now show up as pulses on your minimap and megamap. Footsteps do not. These pulses get like less accurate the further they are from your location. You know what? I don't mind it. I don't mind it. It's equitable. It's accessible. To be honest, you were going to go try to find that fight anyways. Now you just get to do it a little bit easier. And especially when the game is about more fighting, I'm down. Evo keys. Ooh, interesting. These have already felt too plentiful, and more PvP will likely drive the count higher. We're nerfing the drop rate of all evil keys, so these feel more appropriately special and rare. Reduced the spawn rate and maximum number of chests that can spawn each match. Now I don't have to run into nearly as many rewinds. I like this a lot. This is W change. Wisps, we feel that there's some conversational play when someone is down as a wisp. I like to whisper to my teammates as I wiggle towards them. But we also want to increase urgency and tension for teammates who are considering rescuing you. Wisp bleed out time reduced from 30 seconds to 15 seconds. Wow. I wonder if this means that the stomp time will be faster, or if this means that the stomp time is going to stay the same. It's just that 15 seconds, you're going to die a little bit faster. I don't know. Maybe the ratio will be the same. Not sure yet. If it's not, this is a big change. Once you that pick means a lot more now. But all right, now to finish it all off, I don't know what any of these powers do, so don't ask me. I don't have the time because I got to hit legs. Sentis brought some new powers to the breach. Good luck out there. Bebo's Boombox. Interesting. Jelly Cube, Twister Blast, and Pocket Geyser. This is probably just putting down a geyser from Wellspring just anywhere on the map, so I'm sure that's what that is. All of this, ain't got a clue, buddy. I ain't got a clue. So overall, this was quite the hefty patch. I mean, go watch the Fireside chat. I'll try to put that in the description as well. Overall, I think it's a W patch. I think some things are else, and you know what? That's fine. I mean, devs are never going to be 100% perfect, but most of this, W patch. For the most part, this is a pretty W patch. We'll see how the rank stuff feels. We'll see how the ascending armor stuff feels. Overall, we got scrims tonight, and that's where I'll really have an understanding of what we want to do. But for the time being, I mean, play some Void, play some Ghost, play some Myth, make an Oath's life horrible, try out the game again, try the new stuff, tell the devs what you think about it. That's what they're realistically looking for, some feedback. But thank you guys all so much for watching. But until next time, I've got to peace out and Paz out. I'll see you in the next one.